All right, y'all. Justin Kaplan Pro is my name. JustinKaplanPro.com is my website. I'm a startup business mentor and a branding strategist that specializes in helping startup entrepreneurs turn your passion, your gifting, your ideas into a profitable and scalable brand, leveraging the power of social media marketing. If you are new to me or new to my channel, first of all, welcome. If you're new to me on YouTube, I'd love for you to smash that subscribe button. If you're new to me on Facebook, you happen to get shared or tagged in, I'd love for you to shoot me a friend request and get connected with you here, guys. I love seeing what y'all are up to, and I love making new relationships. I'd love to see you here. Daniel, what's up, man? So welcome to all of you guys. If anybody is brand new watching this, whether you're live or whether you're on the replay, I would love for you to give me a hashtag first time in the chat room and let me know. My crew would love to make you feel welcome, and I would love to say hello. So I want to give a good morning to you, all you guys that are new, and then all my people that are hanging out with us this morning. I love y'all. Y'all are amazing. We're talking today about 10 irrefutable laws of social media marketing. Today, marketing is always about, as we dive into this, y'all, when I think about marketing, I think as a lot of content creators and business owners think about marketing, I think their first thought process goes automatically to the what I'm sharing. What do I need to post today? What do I need to share? What type of content do I need to create? Everybody's always thinking about the what. And the thing is success in social media marketing is much less about the what and much more about the how. It's how you approach your social media strategy in general. And there's some key components to it that really lend to success. So that's what I'm giving you this morning, is 10 irrefutable laws of social media marketing. And if you can kind of wrap your head around these, embrace these, and commit to applying these to your social media marketing in the new year, it will make a dramatic impact on your growth and your success. All right. Also, just a quick FYI, in the description of this video, I've also summarized the 10. So if you have a struggle keeping notes, I've got some nice notes in the description for you. All right, let's dive right into this. The first one I'm going to give you, number one, and I make this number one for a reason, is patience. Law number one of social media marketing is patience. Marketing is a game of patience for sure. And the reason why I pitched that right up front is because I think a lot of people that approach social media marketing approach it with a inflated idea that the results that they seek are going to come really, really fast. And in some cases they do, but in most cases they don't. And so I'm not telling you that to discourage you. I'm not telling you that to tell you that, you know, if you go out and start social media marketing, it may not work for a while. What I'm telling you to understand is that the game of entrepreneurship in general, and being an online marketer, being a marketer in general, has to be a game of patience. And patience, to me, when I think about patience in marketing, patience to me means that you accept and understand that certain things just must happen in their correct timing. And there's different reasons for that, but if you accept that and you embrace that, it gives you much more of a, I don't know, because I wrestled with this. I wrestled when I started, because I am not naturally a patient creature. Is anybody else like that? Like, I'm not. Patience is not a gift of mine. God didn't give me the gift of patience. I had to learn that one. Like, I had to learn to walk. So patience is not something that comes naturally to me. I like things to happen right now. Anybody else like that, where you just like things to happen right now, right? So it's important to understand and embrace the idea of patience as you go about your marketing, because you also have to be willing to try stuff, recognizing that not everything's going to work amazing. Not everything's going to be successful. And if you're expecting immediate grand results from every single thing that you're going to do, you're going to get frustrated really, really quickly. And that's what happens. The reason why I put this up as number one is because a lot of people go about their business and they go about their marketing with the expectation that it's going to turn over results really, really quickly. And then when it doesn't, they get frustrated really, really easily, and they give up before they give their business a chance to succeed. I mean, I've seen it over and over and over, year after year, client after client. I see so many people with such incredible potential, and they're positioned for such a powerful impact in the world, and they have so much of the right stuff going, but they're so impatient and they're so unwilling to wait and grow through the process that they stop and they give up. So two of the biggest mistakes I see people making, first of all, is people are too impatient and they quit altogether. They just stop and say, this is too hard, or I can't do this, or whatever. Or people are sporadic And in my opinion, sporadic is just as bad as quitting altogether. Because marketing doesn't work if you go all in for a while and then you pull back and disappear. And then I'm re-inspired, I'm going to try it again. And then you go all in for a little while. And then you're like, oh, I'm frustrated, I'm going to quit again. Up, down, up, down. Nobody's going to follow that. And nobody's going to be impacted by that. So patience is really understanding, again, that everything must happen in its time. The other thing that I want to give on the topic of patience is that, you know, there's a lot of people that when they start their business and they start up branding and start up business development, a lot of people are looking for the magic pill. They're looking for the secret to success. They're looking for whatever it is going to make them rise up quickly, get results quickly, get clients quickly. And this is what I would tell you, because I get a lot of people asking me, what's the best, quickest way for me to make money online? How do I get out right now and start getting some clients right now? And I'm like, that's not the question you need to ask. The thing is, there is no magic formula for success. There's no magic formula for rapid growth. The magic pill is the process. Because what you need to understand as an entrepreneur is you will grow through your process. And there's specific things that you have to go through and grow through to become the business owner that your business is going to demand of you. You know, I think about several years ago, 3, 4, 5 years ago, I've been in business for almost 6 years, but I think it's specifically about 4 years ago. I think about what I was praying for and what I was believing for. And I was praying for and believing for the business that I have today 4 years ago. I was praying for it, man. I wanted it so bad. I felt like I was ready. But what I realized today, that I was nowhere near ready for the pressure and the commitment and the demand of my time and energy and attention and the discipline that was required and the focus that was required. I was nowhere near ready for that level of business. I thought I was, but I believe God was protecting me, and he's like, Justin, I know you want this, but you're not ready. I've got to take you through this season. I've got to show you these things. You have to acquire these skills. You have to develop personally. You have to develop professionally before I'm going to give you what you want, because if I give you what you want now, you're going to destroy your business. And so patience is also recognizing that you have to grow through the business process, and you can't just have it all at once, because most people that I meet on the early end of building a business are not ready for what they want. You're not ready, which is one of the reasons. I mean, I got people that'll tell me just on the very beginning end of getting started, they're haven't even done branding yet. They don't have a website yet, and they reach out to me, Justin, how do I get clients? What's the best way for me to attract clients? I want to get clients as easily as possible without having to spend a bunch of time and energy on that. How do I do that? And the response that I'll give you is, tell me about your daily routine. Tell me, what time do you get up? How does your day work? How do you operate methodically throughout your week? How do you schedule and plan your days and your weeks? What does that look like? What kind of consistency you have? Tell me about your discipline. I'm not talking about that. I don't need personal development. I need to know how to get clients. Yeah, you do need personal development, because I'm not going to teach you how to attract paying clients if you're not ready to manage them. Because a lot of people are not ready. I mean, some people get started, they have no idea what it really takes to manage paying clients. It's a lot of work, and there's things that have to go into that. So when I talk about patience, when I talk about social, we're talking about 10 irrefutable laws of social media marketing today. Marketing is about attracting leads, about attracting clients. You don't do marketing unless you're trying to attract something. So patience is also recognizing that I need to grow into the business owner that my business is going to require of me. And I believe when you're ready, when you've done your due diligence and you've prepared yourself to be ready for those clients, the clients will begin to come. All right, but you need to be recognizing of that. Number one is patience. And I'm not going to spend 10 minutes on every one of these, but I wanted to really unpack that one because that's important before we go into the other ones. Number two is relationships. Second irrefutable law of business is relationships. Relationships are everything. Your business is about people. And when I'm talking about these laws, y'all, I really want you to understand that each one of these demands individual attention. And a mistake that a lot of people will make in social media marketing and in business is they get consumed spending too much time either on one or two things or on the wrong things. And one of the things that I see a lot of people dropping the ball on is committing the time to building relationships. It has to be something that's on your daily priority list, because relationships are everything. You can market yourself all day long, but if you don't have relationship with people, nobody cares. Like our world in our marketplace has been so saturated with promotion and sales, and I mean it's the day and age of the online marketer and the online consumer. Consumers are so inundated and so saturated with marketing now that they're numb to it. Good morning, Kim Wendy. They're numb to it. I want you to get that. All right, so marketing has changed significantly. You can't just be like, hey, I've got this product, and post it out there and expect people to roll in and want to buy it. It doesn't happen that way, because people are so used to seeing ads, and people have so many options for what they can choose and where they choose. What people choose to engage with and what people pursue and what people eventually invest in are people and products that have connected to them emotionally, that have impacted them. And so the best, quickest way for you to grow an audience of people that are not only loyal to you, but that invest in you, and then tell their friends about it, and they get their friends to come checking you out and looking at what you're doing, is to establish relationship. Because as soon as you establish relationship with people, they are going to lock in on whatever it is you're doing. They're going to pay it their time and attention, and eventually they'll make an investment in whatever it is you're offering if they feel like they have value to gain from it. All right, so relationships is number 2. Number 3 is accessibility. We're talking about 10 irrefutable laws of social media marketing. This is not the what do I post, but more so how do I approach the idea of social media marketing in general. I hope you all have your favorite morning beverage, and I hope it's delicious for you this morning. Cheers to you as I drink my coffee. Where are we? Number 3. Number 3, good morning to you, Dolores. Thanks for coming in, girl. Appreciate you. Number 3 is accessibility. I'll tell you this, y'all. Listen. On the topic of consumers and just the way consumers have been molded. I mean, we are these consumers. The way we have been molded and the way we have been trained and the way we have just kind of become this 21st century marketplace. There are 2 things that every consumer demands of marketers in this day and age, and that is ease and accessibility. Bodie, what's up, man? Happy New Year, buddy. Nice to see you. Ease and accessibility. Do y'all agree with that? That's why we live in an Amazon world. We live in an Amazon world because Amazon is easy and Amazon is accessible. Like, I mean, I was sharing a story of myself, my wife, and I going Christmas shopping, and still, for as much as we are Amazon consumers, we still occasionally, like, we want to get something, we'll go to a particular store that we think has it. Kenyatta, good morning, girl. Thanks so much for coming in, and nice to see you this morning. We'll go to a particular store, and we still have done this. We did this over Christmas. So we went to we went to a store, they didn't have it. We went to another store, they didn't have the size or the style that we needed. We went to a third store. They didn't have what we needed just right. And so we go out and we sit in the car and we're sitting there brainstorming. And my wife's like, you know, should we go and try this other one? And I'm like, why haven't we looked on Amazon? I'm like, I bet Amazon's got it. And so we're sitting there in the parking lot of the third store we went to. We were sitting there both looking on Amazon. We find exactly what we need, size, style. Amazon Prime that thing. It'll be at our house in 2 days. I'm like, why do we even go out? I remember when we were remodeling our kitchen last year. We had to get a particular faucet. We had a specific style of faucet that we wanted, so we go to our local home improvement store. We're in there. We're standing in the line, or standing in the faucet aisle, looking at all these faucets, and there was nothing that was really appealing to me. So I pull up my phone, I go on Amazon, I find exactly the faucet that I want. The price was better than any of the price that I saw on the shelves. I order it, and it'd be at my house in 2 days. I'm like, why did I even come out here? Like, I could still be in my jammies and my home slippers right now, right? But that's the way of the world. One of my favorite apps on the planet is DoorDash. How many of y'all do use DoorDash? I use DoorDash. I love living in the suburbs of the city that I live in, and I can DoorDash anything I want. I can have anything. I can have Chili's delivered. I can have a Popeye's spicy chicken sandwich delivered. I can have cheesecake delivered from the Cheesecake Factory if I want to. I can have ice cream delivered. I can have anything I want delivered. Ease and accessibility. I remember the first time that I DoorDashed ice cream. It was in the middle of the summer, and I had picked my kids up from school, and we were on our way home from school, and the kids were like, Dad, we should get some ice cream. I'm like, I gotta get home. I have an appointment. I don't feel like driving over there to the ice cream store. And I'm like, I wonder if DoorDash has ice cream. So Ethan was riding with me. I clicked up DoorDash. Said, Ethan, type in ice cream and see what the guy. He's like, yeah, we can get what's the little small containers? I can't remember what they're called. And he's like, yeah, we can order ice cream from here. And I'm like, everybody pick a flavor, order it. So he orders it on DoorDash. So we're driving home. We pull in the driveway. Courtney's sitting on the front porch. And right in front of us, the DoorDasher pulls up in front of us. And he's like, I got ice cream. And Courtney's like, and I'm like, that's for me. And she's like, you DoorDashed ice cream? I said, girl, I can DoorDash whatever I want. And I love that. But that's the world that we live in, where we want easy and we want accessible. So when I talk about number 3, Ben and Jerry's, that's it, Rebecca. Thank you. When I talk about accessibility, you have got to make yourself accessible in this market. Don't think for a second that you can build a brand and build a business and remain in the shadows and not engage with the people that need you. Because listen, I mean, can we all just agree? Can we all just agree that when someone, if you pay for something, you have an expectation. If I'm going to pay a person, I don't even care. Listen, for all you guys that are like, well, I want to build a business off of automation. I want to be all evergreen. I just want people to hear this, go here, buy my stuff, and then I want to be fairly hands off so that I can be business doing things over here. I get that. No matter how it is that you want to approach your business, I get it that everybody wants to not work and make money. Quick spoiler alert, you can't make a full-time income with a part-time effort. So even if you want to have an evergreen type business where you make money while you're sleeping and without a whole bunch of time spent, there's still a significant amount of effort to manage that. And one of the things that's necessary is accessibility, because when people put their money in your bank account, there's some expectation that comes with that. And one of the expectations is accessibility to you. Okay? And the higher the price tag goes up, the more accessibility they need to have to you. All right? Somebody want to give me an amen in the chat stream this morning? Now listen to me, y'all. I can't tell you, I mean, I could sit here and try to count them, but I cannot tell you the number of clients that have hired me that have told me horror stories about them buying academies, joining communities, doing paid memberships, hiring coaches, and realizing that the flashy marketing campaign pitched this great pitch, but once they got inside the paywall, they realized that they didn't have any at all accessibility or access to the person leading it. Like, no communication whatsoever. And people will tell me, one of the questions I get is, Justin, how accessible are you? How much do you help me? How much can I interact with you? And I'm like, I am an all-inclusive coach. I don't do a flashy marketing campaign to get you to buy what I'm selling and then I disappear and you got to interact just with a group or something. You got me in your pocket. We've all been there before, Kim Wendy, right? I think, and there's so many people that do that because so many people think that I can just create a hot landing page or a great funnel and really advertise a great product, but then as soon as somebody buys it, I don't really have to be involved. I've got admins for that, or I've got a group for that, or whatever. Not a chance. You have got to be involved. So if you want to sell, and this is how I look at it, if you want to sell a low price point option, like if you're selling a membership for like $25 or $30 a month, okay, the level at which they get you might be a little bit limited. But if you want to collect premium fees, you want to get up into the hundreds of thousands of dollars, hundreds or thousands of dollars, where you want to sell something at a higher ticket, you have to be prepared to serve your customer. There is no business on the planet, brick and mortar or online, that can successfully build and grow a loyal base of clients without being available to said clients. Can I just, I want you to get that, okay? Accessibility is a law. It is a law of business and one of the irrefutable laws of social media marketing, okay? Let's keep going, shall we? Let me take another drink of my coffee. Love y'all too. Appreciate you. Love the interaction. Y'all are amazing, all right? Number 4 is the law of listening. Listening. Marketing is about listening. Marketing is not about talking. Marketing is about listening. Like, how many of y'all know, how many of y'all are married? Put married in the chat stream if you're married. And put how many years you've been married. I'd love to know. Married. If you're single, put single. That's totally cool. In a relationship, whatever. Everybody share your relationship status. I'm married. I've been married. How long have I been married? I've been married for, this is going to be our year 7. And you know, how many of y'all know that those guys that are in a relationship or those guys that are married, how successful is your relationship going to be if you are the only one that ever talks? If you're the only one sharing ideas, if you're the only one saying, this is where I want to go on vacation, this is what I want to do this week, this is what I want for dinner, this is what I want to do in the new year, this is what I want, these are my dreams, this is whatever. If you're the only one that's speaking, that is a dysfunctional relationship. If anybody wants to take a shot at spelling dysfunctional, feel free to put dysfunctional in the chat stream. To thank God for autocorrect. All right, dysfunctional. If you are the only one talking in your business relationships, if you're the only one talking, you have a dysfunctional relationship with your client. I'm going to do a post about that. I'm going to write down dysfunctional. Isn't it D-Y? D-Y functional. D-Y-S functional. Isn't that what it is? Dysfunctional. Anybody spell it? Nobody spelled it yet. I think that's it. D-Y-S-F-U-N-C-T-I-O-N-A-L. There it is. Kenyatta got it. I like it. Dysfunctional. Like, you don't have to put this in the chat stream. But how many of y'all have a dysfunctional relationship with your social media audience? Dysfunctional means you're the only one talking. If they're not talking to you, you've got to figure that out. All right, you've got to listen. Number 4 is listening. You've got to find a way to get your audience to talk to you. How do you do that, Justin? Ask them questions. Don't think so often and so hard about what am I posting today? What video am I doing today? What graphic am I doing today? But rather, what can I ask today that's going to challenge people? What can I ask today that's going to get people to give me information? What can I do to get people, what can I do to start up conversation with the audience of people that engage with me? You've got to get them talking. And so, again, it's much less about what you post, but much more about how you approach it. Because as soon as you can get your audience talking to you, then you can bend and shift and approach your social media marketing strategy to fit what they really want to hear. Because another one of the biggest mistakes that a lot of marketers make is they share often what they think people want or what they find valuable themselves. What I might find valuable right now may not be what you find valuable. I mean, there's a lot of things I love teaching about in business. Social media marketing is one of them. But there's certain things that I teach that are not necessarily my favorite subject. But in a lot of cases, I choose topics. I don't choose topics based on what I'm in the mood to teach. I choose my topics and I choose my content based on what I believe my audience needs. And I establish that based upon conversations and interactions and things that my clients have asked me, things that people have told me, things that I'm hearing and seeing. I look at what's going on. I'm like, they need that conversation. And the reason why I'm having this topic today is because I have been getting this question for the past 30 days or so. Justin, how do I need to approach my social media marketing in the new year? What's a good posting strategy? What platform should I be on? How do I engage? What's the best way to get people offline and into a relationship as a client? How do I do a little bit of post here, a little bit of conversation here and get paying clients from it? All these questions. And I'm like, you're asking the wrong question. You got to be asking, how do I approach? Not what do I post, but what do I need? How do I need to be addressing and overhaul establishing a strategy as a social media marketer to really establish something that's going to work? Listening is number 4. Number 5, let's blow through these last few pretty quickly, all right? Number 5 is focus. We're talking about 10 irrefutable laws of social media marketing. Number 5, the law of focus. I want you to get this, y'all. You can write this down if you're taking notes. Focus is essential because you have to narrow. For social media marketing to really be effective, you have to narrow in and get specific on what you're trying to share and what you're trying to attract. If you paint your brand and you paint your marketing with a broad brush, meaning you're just vague or you're broad, today's consumer will blow right by you. They will, because they're looking for something to connect to. They're looking for something that's clear. They're looking for something that makes sense. So focus is about narrowing in on a specific thing that you can help people with. And I think majority of us, if not all of us, whatever business or brand or specialty you have variety, you have options. There's so much that I can teach you. There's so much that I can help you with. There's so much that I can do, right? But I'm not going to always talk about all the things. I go through different seasons, narrowing in on specific areas of business that I really want to help you in that area. My mission for the month of January is community. That's it. Relationships and community. My mission is not selling as many programs as possible or acquiring as many paying clients as possible. My mission is growth and community in my relationships, to seek and grow with new people, to meet people I haven't met yet before, to be a source of value, to be a fuel source to you, to pour into you, to pump you up, to guide you, to instruct you, to give you clarity, to give you wisdom, to give you inspiration, to give you vision. My mission is just to pour into people, and my month of January is all about relationships. So I am seeking to grow and build new relationships this month. That's it. That's my mission. That's it. And the reason for that is because I think people, more than ever, I think people need to leverage the power of community. You need to be a part of community, and you need to build community. It's so important, because that community will be your lifeline throughout this year. I will tell you what, y'all, 2020 was a tough year, but I had a good year in 2020. I had a very good year. It's not what I expected it to be. It's not what I thought it was going to be, but despite all the things, I had a very, very good year in 2020. And I'll tell you, one of the number one reasons why I had a good year is because I have a very strong community. And so while social media got stupid and visibility dropped and engagement was lacking and all those things were going on, questions were being asked, nobody wanted to do anything, I still had a very strong community that fueled my business all year long. Community is important. If you do not have a community, that has to be a priority for you. So focus is number 5. Number 6 doesn't mean that I didn't say community is number 6. I'm sorry, number 5. Focus is number 5. So it doesn't mean that your focus has to be community, but what you do want to have is you do want to have a very narrow focus on what you're trying to accomplish. And it doesn't have to be forever. Like, my mission for the whole year is not community. But my mission for January, for right now, is community. And this is the thing. I think more than ever, like more than any other year ever, I think it's more essential than it has ever been for you to narrow your focus on very specific things that you want to accomplish. And every single year, FYI, every single year I write a guide called the Goal Crusher. It's free. It's on my website. If you guys go to JustinCapronPro.com, it's right on my website. And every single year I write a Goal Crusher guide, which basically teaches you step by step by step how to outline what matters most to you and how to set goals that you will actually achieve. But I revamp this document every single year for the incoming new year, and I've modified it slightly over the years. But this year, coming into 2021, I completely revamped this thing, because every year prior to this one, I've written my Goal Crusher to help you set goals for the year. What do you want to accomplish this year? What's most important to you? And really help you establish that and then break it down into step by steps. This year I completely revamped it, and my mission with this guide is to narrow down to your first 90 days. Somebody put first 90 days in the chat stream. I believe wholeheartedly, y'all, that your first 90 days of the new year, of this year, are essential. I think they're absolutely essential because it's the first 90 days that set the tone for your year. And I believe the way you approach your first 90 days will dramatically influence the remaining 9 months and will dramatically influence what you do and do not accomplish throughout the year. That 90-day mark is crucial because it's what happens. People get inspired in December. They set goals in January. January tends to blow by way faster than you expected. FYI, half the month is over already. And how much have you really stepped into what you planned on doing? I mean, January goes quick, and then all of a sudden February shoves up. People start to panic a little bit. I'm like, oh my gosh, I already lost the month of January. I'm in February. I need to step it into gear. And so then they overcompensate and step it into gear. And then what happens is impatience happens. They're lacking that irrefutable law number one, which is patience, and they start realizing that the results aren't coming as fast as I thought they were going to come, and they start to panic a little bit. And then all of a sudden they're into March. They're in that last 30-day window of the 90 days, and they start to get frustrated. They start to get defeated. They start realizing this is harder than I thought it was going to be. I'm nowhere near as far as I thought it was going to be. And 80% of people, actually, I think it's like statistically 84% of people that set goals in the new year give up on them in March because it's hard. Things happen. Unexpected stuff comes up. There's a great quote by Zig Ziglar that says, when obstacles arise, you change your direction to reach your goal. You do not change your decision to get there. Some of y'all need to change your direction when you get to that 3rd month mark. But I think that first 90 days is so crucial, which is why I wrote that guide to help with that. So if you want to check that out, it's free. Again, guys, go to my website, JustinCapronPro.com. You can download that guide. But focus is essential. Let's go to number 6. Number 6 is quality. Quality. And I'm going to give you number 6 and 7 together, and then I want to talk about the difference. Number 6 is the irrefutable law of social media marketing. Number 6 is quality, the law of quality, and number 7 is the law of value. Quality and value are different, and I want you to get this. Let's talk about quality for a second. Quality is your commitment to your craft. Quality for me is my commitment to excellence. It's one of my core values. I have a commitment to being excellent in every single thing that I do. You will never experience me, see me, listen to me, or watch me in a way that is anything less than excellent. I have a commitment to excellence. I have a commitment to quality. That is a core foundation of your brand because you are telling people what you're about. And the thing is that in today's market, where there's so much saturation and there's so much noise and there's so much competition, there is way too much noise for you as a marketer to be conservative. Conservative means average, means I'm going to put it out here, I'm going to be kind of shy, or I'm going to be whatever. You've got to get out there and be bold with your craft, but you have a commitment. You have to have a commitment to quality. You have to show people what you are about. Because the thing is the way people experience you through your marketing is going to establish the expectation that they have of you if they are going to hire you. So my commitment to excellence through my videos, through my podcast, through my conversations, through my free resources like the guide that I gave you from my website, my commitment to my website even, all the free resources that I create. I want people to download this stuff and be like, geez, I can't believe he gives that away for free. I want people to come into my videos and be like, man, can't believe he's doing this video for free. That's crazy. It is crazy. I've been doing it for almost 6 years. Free, high value content because I want people to know that I'm a man of excellence. But what that does is that establishes an expectation. It establishes an anticipation. Be like, man, if he's doing this much for free and if he's this good with his marketing, imagine what it would be like to work with him. and how committed he would be to me in that regard. And all you guys that are my clients, you know exactly what happens when you hire me. It's even better because I have an even higher commitment to excellence with people that have paid me their money. So quality is an expectation that you set for yourself on what bar you are going to position your business and your brand at, and then rising up to that bar every single day. Now, value is different. While quality is the way you present your business, value is the value that you bring to people. You have to be a source of value in some way. I've had so many people ask me recently, Justin, what's the best way to get started with things like a YouTube channel or a podcast or on Clubhouse? What's the best way to get out there, talk about what I do, and get people to buy what I sell? That's not the right question. The right question is, what's the best way to start a YouTube channel, start a podcast, or start on Clubhouse and build a community of people that want to listen to me because of the value I provide to them? That's where clients come from. Clients come from value. Like, I mean, can we just test the theory for a second? How many of you all have ever bought anything from anyone that did not first add value to your life? I mean, maybe a book. I don't know. Maybe somebody recommended something. But even so, I mean, I probably wouldn't just go out and buy a book from someone unless I found their value. But would you hire a coach, or would you buy a product without researching it and understanding the value that they could bring to you? Not likely. I think it starts with value. And as a coach or as a entrepreneur, one of the things that I believe wholeheartedly is that I believe that as a business owner, I need to be investing my time, energy, and resources into my clients long before I can expect them to invest in me. What does that mean? That doesn't mean that I need to be investing my money into my clients. It means that I need to be investing my time, my energy, my resources, my wisdom, my knowledge. I need to be investing in my audience before I can ever expect them to invest in me. So positioning yourself as a source of value is about recognizing, this is a law of social media marketing. Social media marketing works when you establish a value point that you are able to bring, because listen, value is about positioning. When I share content about social media marketing, if I'm talking about social media marketing and I'm giving you value, giving you tips, giving you ideas, giving you guides and things that are going to help you be better at social media marketing, every bit of valuable content that I share positions me in your mind as the go-to guy for social media marketing. Every single thing that I teach about branding, when I'm helping you establish your brand and strategize your brand and build an effective online presence that attracts paying clients, every time I teach and share those valuable resources, I'm positioning myself as the go-to guy for branding in the 21st century. Value is about positioning. And once you've positioned yourself, once you've taken up some mental real estate in people's minds, meaning that when a husband and wife are sitting down at the dinner table and they're talking about the new idea that they have and they want to start up a new business, and they say, I think we probably need to start with our branding. That's something that's important. And they look up and to the right and they're like, I think Justin Kaplan does that. Justin Kaplan's, I've seen a lot of his videos. He's really good. I've been to his website. I've downloaded his guides. We need to reach out to him. We should have him help with the branding. Or, man, we've got our branding done or our website done, but we really need to figure out how to take this online now and how to get people to see what we're doing. We need to help with some help with social media marketing. I think Justin Kaplan does that. I've seen some of his videos on social media marketing. I've seen his YouTube channel. We need to reach out to him. That is mental real estate, where you capture just a sliver of the pie, that when anytime an audience member thinks about anything that they need help with that you specialize in, you're the first person that comes to their mind. That's positioning. You position yourself in their mind as the subject matter expert in that area. Positioning is accomplished through value. Does that make sense? Matilda, good morning. Thomas, good morning. Thanks for coming in, guys. All right. Value is number 7. Let's keep going. Last 3 I'm going to give you, and then we're going to get out of here. All right. Number 8 is multiplication. We're talking about 10 irrefutable laws of social media marketing. The 8th law of social media marketing is multiplication. Multiplication. Multiplication, very simply, is when people take what you've shared and they share it. They take a video that you've made and they share it. They invest in one of your programs and they're so impressed they go and tell all their friends about it. You invite someone to something and they bring their friends along. Multiplication is when you get your direct contacts, your direct audience members, to multiply your reach by reaching into their pockets, by reaching into their audiences, by reaching into their communities. That's the law of social media marketing, is multiplication. You've got to figure out a way to get people to share you, to tell people about you, to recommend you. How that happens, 2 things. First is value. Value will happen because anytime you share something that's highly valuable, people will want to leverage that value and share it along. So value is a key component of that. But the other key component that's important just from the social media marketing perspective is that whenever you are creating content, let's stop y'all. Whenever you are creating content, if you are having a podcast conversation, if you are creating a video, whether it's live or for YouTube, if you are writing a blog, if you are doing a post, no matter what it is that you are trying to do, and no matter where it is that you're sharing it, ask yourself before you post it, does this have one shareable point? Put that in the chat stream. One shareable point. What that means is, no matter what you share, no matter how extensive it is, like a 45-minute marketing video, or just a simple graphic inspirational quote, or a 15-minute podcast, or a 20-minute YouTube video, or a 1,000-word blog, whatever it is, make sure that your content has a very clear shareable point, meaning that your content, the summary of your content, has a key point to it. So if today's video is 10 laws of social media marketing, so this is like so when you're looking at, when you're listening to this video, you can share this video and be like, if you really want your marketing to be successful in the new year, watch this video. It's got a key point to it. Now I'm sharing with you 10 laws of social media marketing, but overall, this video is about really how to be successful with social media marketing in the new year. So it's got one shareable point. Now, if I said, if my video was 3 key things that I think are essential to being successful in the new year with your business, and then I talk for 20 minutes about the laws of social media marketing, and then I talk about three non-negotiables for making a brand successful, and then lastly, how to build community. That's a good video, but does that have one shareable point? How to be successful in business? It's a little vague. A shareable point is a specific thing. And what makes that specific and what makes it shareable is when people have it's a very specific set of information that solves a very specific need. So when people are trying to figure out social media marketing right now, this video is very specific about helping you understand and set up yourself to be successful in social media marketing in the new year. So one shareable point is the key to multiplication, and multiplication is the key to being successful in social media marketing. You will struggle in social media and with your marketing if you are simply trying to operate organically with first level reach. If you never get to second and third level reach where your people start sharing your stuff, you'll struggle to grow, because singular reach is just too shallow. You've got to get deeper. You got to find a way to not only get into your audience, but get into your audience's audience and their audience's audience and get more people listening and hearing you. But you can't do that simply by just trying to shout with a megaphone. You do that by providing value and providing very specific and clear information that solves very specific problems or provides very specific solutions, or addresses very specific needs or wants that people have. And when you get very, very narrow and very, very specific, people are like, I love this. I want to share it. I want to tell my audience about it. I want to check my friends. I want to invite people. Multiplication is key. All right. That's number 8. Number 9 is the law of influence. The law of influence. Successful social media marketers are influencers. Now, the word influencer is a bit abused and a bit skewed. Influencer does not mean that you have a massive following and you have influencer status with the little blue check mark on Twitter or whatever. That's not influencer status. Influencer to me means that you have the ability to influence people, meaning that you are impacting and influence people's lives. And when you speak, people listen. When you share, people watch. You have the ability to be influential in people's lives. A key to being influential is being believable. You have got to be believable. And listen, y'all. Believable starts with you. It starts with whatever you are doing, whatever you are sharing, whatever you are teaching, whatever your brand or your business is about. You have got to have a sold out, 100% driven and committed viewpoint of what you are, who you are, and what you do. It starts with you. It starts with you believing in yourself and believing in what it is that you are sharing. Because if you take a haphazard approach to anything that you're doing, if you are not all in, if you are not 100% committed to your craft, you can see that. People will see that. Do you agree with that? Like, how many of y'all know people that come out there and share videos and share content, but when you watch them, they're like, they look like they just rolled out of bed. They look like they're not in the mood. They look like they just kind of threw that together to check the box today. How many of y'all know some of those people? I see a lot of them. I see them all the time. The thing is, you can rise up and acquire success and acquire growth in your business so fast just by the way you present yourself. It's one of the things that I have been very good at from the very beginning of my business, even when I was small and nobody had a clue who I was, and I was just getting started, and there was a lot of things that I had not learned yet. Still, though, I was confident in me. I was confident that I knew my subject, I could teach it, I could share it, and I was believable. Because when you're believable, people will listen, and people they'll apply what you teach them, or they'll take a look at what you recommend if you're believable. But if you're not believable, they will pass by you like the wind in the air. Influence is about the ability to be believable and to get people actually respecting your voice and listening to what you have to say. The last one, number 10, is another one that I see people overlooking, just like relationships, which was number 2, is networking. You got to network with people. Relationships is just about getting to know certain people and establishing relationships with them. Networking is about engaging with people in your industry. It's about getting to know people that have similar brands and niches to you that you can establish relationship with. It's about leveraging people in your market. It's about finding influencers in your niche that are higher above you or farther in front of you that you can connect to and leverage and get to know from. It's about having mentors in your life that can teach you how to master your craft. Networking is an essential law of business and of social media marketing. All right, so that's your 10 list. That's your 10 list, guys. I want to get you out of here because we've been in here almost an hour. Patience, relationships, accessibility, listening, focus, quality, value, multiplication, influence, and networking. That is your 10 laws of social media marketing, guys. Hopefully that was valuable to you. Again, just a quick reminder, I would love for you guys to go to my website, JustinCapronPro.com, download my free 2021 Goal Crusher guide. It'll change your world, I promise you. If there's other things that you're looking for, I have a ton of free resources on my website. I would love for you guys to check that out, guys. There's a ton of great stuff there, and I'd love for you to be able to take advantage of it. Have a beautiful day. I appreciate your time and attention. I know 52 minutes of your time is so incredibly valuable, so I appreciate your time with me this morning, guys. Have a beautiful day. Be intentional with your time today. Be intentional with your talent, and I will see you guys all around the web. All right, take care, and God bless y'all.